Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy TUSKO to the day. You guys already know. And I'm back with you with yet another one. Now, do you guys remember when Drake was accused of stealing Dram's song Cha Cha in order to create Hotline Bling? You guys will recall that Drake hit, Dram with that whole industry propaganda about how dancehall, it's allowed for somebody to take your beat and create their own new version of the song, and if that song is better than yours and that flies, then it's actually allowed. While it seems like Cassper Nyovest is also being accused of a similar thing, it seems like he's being accused of pulling a similar stunt, in South Africa with some of the American artists' songs. You guys will know that Cassper Nyovest dropped this album last week Friday called Thuto. And the album was actually critically acclaimed by a lot of people, and I actually listened to it, and I won't even lie to you guys, I actually am enjoying the album thus far. But some people just came up on my Facebook feed just hitting us on the fact that, but these songs are actually copied. Now, at first I took it like, okay, Ninjas is just hating, people is just hating on the album, they're not really, they just want to find something wrong with it. Till they actually, started divulging why they think that, these songs are copied, and naming the songs that they feel like were actually copied. And if it was just one song, I would have just let it go on some, okay, it could happen that there was an influence here and there. But they came up with an average of like 4 songs. And some people told me that there's even more. Anyway, for those of you guys that don't know, the songs that are being spoken about was, Cassper Nyovest is Confused, was actually accused of being similar to Drake's Club Paradise. I want you guys to go listen to those songs and let me know whether they sound similar. Also, now this one for me was very undeniable, because when I heard the Touch the Sky beat, I actually recalled in my head there was something that was hitting me to say, I've heard a sound like this before. I don't know where I heard it, and I eventually found out the song I'm on a New Level by A$AP Ferg is very similar to Cassper Nyovest Touch the Sky. If you listen to those beats, exactly the same thing. It's not very different. I think only the chorus part is different, but everything else is exactly the same. And also, songs like Shine by Meek Mill were also compared to be very similar to, Cassper Nyovest's Bentley Coupe as far as, the beats go. And Thuto is very similar to NDA. You'll remember that it was also accused of that Thuto is similar to NDA. And Gemini came out to clarify that yes, it's because he made the beats. But one thing they didn't mention is that beat is actually also very similar to Future's TikTok beat, for that particular song. So now you look at that, that's a total of 4 songs you're accused of sounding similar to each other. And I actually sat down and went and listened to these songs. And after listening to them, I don't want to lie, the similarity is very, 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 very much there. I don't know whether Cassper Nyovest knew as he was rapping on these songs, the fact that, these beats are actually other people's beats, or the people that made these beats took other people's beats and made the current beats that are here. But all I can say is if these artists actually heard these, these songs that were released in South Africa by Cassper Nyovest, those artists would sue. And I think that they would actually win the case, because when you listen to the beats of it, it's actually very, very, very similar. Now, like I said, I don't know whether Cassper actually knew about it or he just went in and jumped on the track, depending on which beat he was given in the studio and he liked, he just jumped on it. But it's not the first time he's being accused of it, so it's starting to strike me as maybe he's just someone that listens to a particular song, and if he feels like he likes how it sounds, goes to the studio and decides to make something similar to that. Because you'll recall, I finally accused him of Millie sounding like Dr. Beleza, and him stealing Millie to create Dr. Beleza, and you listen to the 2 songs and the 2 beats and the whole sound of the whole thing, it sounds exactly the same. Like, there's very, very little difference. Even what is being rapped about is very, very similar. You listen to, Mama I Made It and Niggas We Made It by Drake. It sounds very similar, and you can tell the concept is exactly the same. And Drake's Niggas We Made It came out first. So clearly, one person took from the other, and it must have been Cassper that took from Drake. And to some extent, that is allowed. But, when it's a case whereby the beats are very similar, I don't think it's actually allowed. You'll recall what happened, between Bryson Tiller and J. Cole, where, the beats were actually similar. And, the guys were actually talking about the fact that, the producers talked about the fact that they don't like the fact that the other producer jacked their beat. So I'm asking myself in the sense that as an artist as big as Cassper Nyovest, knowing that such a thing would harm you, why would you jump on beats that are clearly sounding similar to other people's beats? But I want you guys to go listen to these songs for me. Let me know what you think. And let me know whether you think they actually sound similar. And if they do sound similar, Bafetu, what do you think? Do you think Cassper Nyovest is actually jacking people's songs? Or do you think that, you know, it's just a mere coincidence yet again where Cassper has a song or has songs that sound similar to some of the American songs or, you know, other people's songs? You guys leave a comment in the comment section and definitely subscribe. Also, now wait, Emma Pili, I know you want to go, but click that red button and subscribe and put some respect on a younger name, man. Awesome.